barely finished my dinner. How's it going, guys? I was on Twitter later, like earlier today, right? And I saw the tweet about having CC season 4. It's crazy. Hello. Let me. Swallow the last part of my dinner. I was literally eating till like the last second. But yeah, like I was really predicting Dusk Banner to be coming, because you know how halfway through July that is about 1.5th anniversary, guys. Like I was even talking about it last time on stream, right? Yeah, the Pulling Mountain stream. I remember talking about this thing, and then there was some data mining about how the next banner after Mountain Banner was going to be Dusk, and then I was really excited. Well, not really excited. I was talking about it on stream. You're not prepared for CC season 4? Neither am I. Like I don't want to get prepared for it. I just want to do risk 18 on week 1, and I just want to leave. Hello. Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome to the stream. Came so fast. Yeah. That really is the problem for me, because not really a problem for me. It's rather a problem for a lot of other people, because even back in CN, like I'm talking about my CN account experience again, but like back then we were all surprised how they were releasing CC this fast. And yeah, I didn't expect them to be doing it even. Is it faster this time? I think it's faster, right? Because in CN we had 2 events in between, and now we only have 1. Like, really wasn't expecting it. So with CC season 4, we're also going to get the Nian banner rerun. So if you guys don't have Nian, and if you pulled last time, the pity will still carry over to this time. Because back when our first limited banner Nian was here, we didn't have the 300 pull limited, the 300 pull pity thing. So you know how, wait, this thing. We didn't have this thing, we didn't have the 300 pull pity. So last time, however you pulled, let's say I did 200 pulls last time when Nian banner would first hit us. Then I will have 200 pity, and all I have to do is another 100 to get Nian out straight out of the shop. So if you happen to didn't get Nian last time around, this is pretty much your best chance to get her. Especially considering how like every single limited operator will get a live 2D skin in the future. I would definitely recommend getting Nian if you're on like 250 pulls, let's say. If you're on 250 pulls, I'd probably go for it, and then I'll think about Dusk later on. If you're on like 200 pity, I might think about it though, because like, you know, 50 and 100 pull, that's quite a huge difference. And I can't ask too much, because even though I recommended not to pull Mountain, I think like the majority of the players actually still ended up pulling him, according to my own video comments. Like under my Shiju Pool Mountain video, everyone's like, yeah, nice to have your opinion, whatever. But I'm still pulling for him. I was like, yeah, great. You guys have your own opinion. That's good. But yeah, everyone's ended up pulling him, I think, except for like a few people who just like, all we want is waifu. Except for those people. I think the majority of the players actually pulled for Mountain anyway. You want Nien, Saga, and Dusk? You put 100 for Mountain? Oh. Are you? Do you like... Assuming you spend in the game? Did you not have... Were you not playing the game when Nien was out? Or were you like... Did you not play the game? Or did you just decide to whale later on? Oh, actually, now think of it. I remember on my Shiju Pool Nien video, I asked people to stop at 300 pools because I told them there will be a pity system coming in. So if you're an old viewer back then and you didn't get Nien with 300 pools, you can probably just get her now, right? Yeah. But yeah, that was so long ago. When was the Nien banner? I can't remember. Remember you're free to play and just started playing like 2 weeks ago, so you didn't save, so you'll probably skip Nien since you got Hoshi and just save for Dusk. I would say that's probably the best way to go around it. Even though, yeah, it's just a limited operator. And don't forget, you will be able to get Nien in like the future Chinese New Year banners. You wasn't playing when Nien was out? Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know though. Nien felt like not the most commonly used operator, even though people say that she's better than Hoshi or whatever on, but I just didn't really use her that much. Oh. But yeah, I don't know, because I really wasn't expecting this to be happening. I was kind of prepared for like, oh, if Dusk is going to come, I'll have around 250 pulls-ish prepared for her. Now, if we're going to get like CC halfway through July, right? That means the event will last till end of July or beginning of September. That means I can save even more pools for Dusk. So I would say this is actually quite a welcoming change for me. In fact, since I'm not really going for the highest risk this time around. And even if I wouldn't go for it. That's why there's this crucial operator that is definitely needed if you want to do the highest risk on CC Season 4. And I chose not to. I didn't even E2 her. Don't know if Ask is super worth it, to be honest. It's just the art, to be honest. Dusk is not really that strong, but the art looks awesome, and I really like her. Just playing since now, you got 175 pulls, and hopefully now you can get her now. Yeah, that would be a lot more easier. And if you wanted to get Dusk as well, that is another thing. You E2 Nien on release and you think you never use her on once? Like you never used her once? Same, man. I actually plan on using her in Season 3, but I never actually did the strategy, so that was kind of wasted. You don't really want Dusk because Mostima is the best, but you really want Saga. Understandable? Understandable? Well, you see, I like Mostima and Dusk. What I love about Dusk is that her attack animation looks awesome. Like, that art style is nothing alike. There's no anything that looks anywhere similar to it. Hello, Shini. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to get Dusk and just E2 her, you know. I'm not even gonna M3 her because I know I probably wouldn't need her any of her skills to be M3. I just want to E2 her, get the art, and then eventually get the life 2D. That's all I want from her. And that's about it. Saga though. Saga is quite the interesting operator. Even though it's like, it's more of the old type of Vanguard system. You know how back in the days when we didn't have Myrtle and we didn't have Bagpipe and nor Elysium, we had to like, you know, put down Vanguards to stop the enemies for a period of time and then wait till the DP to generate. She's more that kind of a Vanguard, but she is definitely a lot more stronger. You want Nian because the skin looks... Ah, yes. The Nian skin is pretty, you know, pretty nice to have. I will give it that. Saga looks really basic, but her E2 artist, yeah. That's genuinely what I think about this limited banner though. They're not really like the most useful operators, but they're definitely the best in terms of their art. So like one of the best. Not best or not, depends on your taste, but their art, they're all really legit. So yeah. To be honest, that makes this banner really hard to recommend to people. I don't know what I should tell people to do. Should I tell them not to pull because of how weak they are? But it's a limited banner. And if I'm only talking about like operator, like just pure strength of the operators, I guess the most I can recommend is Saga, but not Dusk. But Dusk is so good. You got for Blaze and then with Magellan and potential one Firewatch. Oof. Magellan's still good. She's just used less in the future. Ah, Mr. Nothing. Yeah, Mr. Nothing is nothing. Did I ever use him on CN? I got him multiple times. He's like Hong, but except a bit J-like? No, but I think he's weaker than J, right? Never used him. But honestly, like I think most people who's played Arknights for like quite about a year at least would feel pretty confident with the remaining content we're gonna get. I don't think there is any content that is like specifically requiring a lot of like high level operators or anything like higher than before. The general stats requirement is really the same. So yeah, everyone now is just picking operators that they like to have rather than need to have, especially after Surtur. I guess the next one is just Ashe, and then we're waiting for the next limited banner. So if there's actually people who's like, I want the best meta operator, I probably would. They can probably just skip the entire Dusk banner, to be honest. The whole Dusk banner is rarely used. Except for Saga. Saga appears from time to time. I really wouldn't know. And yeah, there's Arcado next, right? After the Dusk. Actually, we don't know. We don't know if they're going to change the event, like the banner orders at all. You're only a noob and hasn't reached level 100. I don't think level really matters that much, because there's a lot of like wasted grind on my way to a level 100 anyway. And it depends on the amount of content you've cleared though. You can go depending on your brain size, if I can say it that way. I think once you've reached like level 90, you have the majority of the operators that you will need leveled if you know what you're doing. If I'm looking at my own situation. But yeah, we were talking about we were actually talking about this CC coming early thing, and then the whole Dusk Banner coming early thing in my Discord, and we had like the worst assumption ever, because we were talking about like, imagine if they release CC season 4, right, and that comes with the Nian banner, but there's no any other content. But what if they bring the Dusk Banner in at the same time and make it double limited banner? I wish it wouldn't happen. I think it can't happen because it sounds so bad. Imagine having 2 limited banners at the same time. So I convinced them, saying that would hurt their reputation and they won't do it. But imagine though, imagine it happening. You played since Blaze and you're still level 93. Blaze is chapter 7? Yeah, no? Somewhere along those ways. When was Blaze? I feel like she's been out for so long and I've been using her forever. And people say like she's not used anymore, but obviously that's wrong in terms of me because I use my Blaze all the time. But when was Blaze? Is the banner Arknights worth pulling for? I would say so. Arknights is, just my personal experience, more worth to pull than the mountain banner. Especially when if we're talking about future content. Like every single content from now up till where CN is right now, I've never found a single stage that I needed to have mountain, but I have met situations that I felt like, oh my god, if I didn't have Arknights in my team, I wouldn't have made it. Isn't that what happened in CN? No, of course not. They were totally separated, if I recall correctly. They were quite apart. Let me check. It's this year, right? Yeah, it was Nian banner, and then right after Nian banner, we had the Dusk banner. So the Nian banner was like a pre-show, you know, a pre-show of the Dusk banner, or should I say the Chinese New Year. And then immediately they added Dusk banner, like 3 days after that. So they might do that again, but that won't be 1.5 anniversary anymore. So I don't know what is going on there. Maybe they just do it and say finally it's 1.5th anniversary. It's hard to say. God, I have over 500 Aura Run now. I kind of regret grinding this now, to be honest. Robin, 61 trust. What? I can't see the text. What is this? Isn't Arknights bad? At first, I thought so. Like when we first had Arknights, I always felt like I didn't need her because I already have Exia. And then afterwards, we soon got the Rainbow Six Siege collab, and we got Ashe. And then I was like, well, I have Ashe and Exia. I definitely wouldn't need Arknights now. Then the second anniversary event came, and like there's not one stage, there was like 3 stages that I actually needed to have Exia, Arknights, and Ashe all in the same team at the same time, all deployed at the same time to actually make it through. Like maybe I was just bad, but if they can allow someone as bad as I am to make it through easily, I think she's worth it. You know? While you might say, well, Mountain is good, blah, blah, blah. I never used him. I have him. I have Mountain in my Chinese account. I never used him. So why would I care? So my recommendations is always based off my experience. I can't just bring someone else's experience and just tell you guys what to do, right? Except for the who was that? Mudrock. Except for Mudrock, because there's so many times I wish I had Mudrock. So I just recommended everyone to pull for her. Even though I think everyone knew that she was really important anyway, but still. I still recommended her, even though I never had her. But that was because like I've seen so many clears of like a lot of content that actually got me stuck. And they just made it through easily with Mudrock. And Mudrock is like, she's proven to be that important eventually. Like I think you can use Mudrock for CC Season 4, Risk 18 Week 1, easy. Like you can get an easy win, I think. But yeah, Risk 18 ain't hard no matter what. As long as you have Surtur, no CC is actually hard. The only thing you need to know is how to use Surtur, and every single CC is easy. Surtur is just too broken. Too broken. Is that a bug? I think it's something they changed. Because... Wait, I haven't made a video about this, hey? When you're playing on an emulator, when you know how hitting escape to pause the game, and then you can deploy operators that way, like during the pause time, that thing's removed. I think I was going to make a video on it, but I never really got to it. I need to talk. I still hate it's not back yet. Why haven't they fixed this? Have they acknowledged that this is a bug, or is this like an official change? Have they ever talked about it? I feel not. I think they just don't give a crap about us anymore. Your pot 3 Mudrock approves my opinion? Hell yeah. You're probably gonna try using the magic damage team for Season 4. Well, that's Surtur, and I think you should use Saria more than Suzu. I think Suzu has... Oh wait, no, there's actually like 2 spots that is fine for Suzu, but one I think gets banned by tags. So you pretty much only have one good spot to put Suzu. Or you can do it a big brainwave. I know there's this really huge brainwave that you can use arch damage to melt the enemies even at like risk 30 or something. But I don't know too much about it because I hate CC Season 4. Season 4 is the worst CC we've ever had. Like just the worst one. I need to check real quick. So they did acknowledge that this is a bug. They know the whole escape thing should pause the game is a bug. Like I went to the official Discord into the known bug section, and it's actually in there. And since they call it a bug, they can fix it, right? But it's not fixed. I don't know if any of you know about this, but I actually made a video like teaching people how to do it. And that's how important this technique is to me. I rely on it ever since like the first CC, like CC beta. I relied on that, on that trick to deploy and make my run stable. That's how I got like risk 18 and 19 on week 1. Because I was really lacking on operator potential back then. So I was like, my DP was really lacking. So I had to do it. And it saved my ass. It actually made it, like, pushed me through risk 18 and 19 on week 1. Did I upload videos about it? I think I did. That's how important it is to me. But EN, they just never fix any problem. Sometimes I think though that I might just don't like CC as a whole anymore. But then CC season 5 came around, right? Especially after season 3 and 4, I really didn't like those two. I was beginning to think like, oh, maybe CC just doesn't get me anymore. Then CC season 5 came, and that was like the most fun I've ever had in CC for a long time. CC season 5 is actually good. So I guess that's the only thing waiting for us. Other than that, I can't wait for the co-op mode, because like you can do a lot of fun things with the co-op mode if you really want to. As an example, right? There's like 2 levels in co-op mode. One player deals with the top floor, the second one deals with the bottom floor, and enemies move from the top to the bottom floor and then finally goes to the exit, the blue block, right? So if you're like the top floor guy, you can make it really hard for the bottom floor player. As an example, right? You can wait for them to use Surtur, because there's like this really hard mob to kill. So you can wait for them to use their Surtur to deal with that enemy, and then the moment they retreat Surtur, let another one down. I can't wait to do that. Just kidding. I won't do that. You don't have friends to co-op. There is just, you know, you can just join randoms. It's fine. Like there's a system for people like us who doesn't have a friend. Also, I will most likely be streaming that. So if you need help, I can always help. CC5 is good because of the blue poison skin. That's not. I'm talking about the gameplay, not the reward. The rewards are always fine, and blue poison is definitely the best. I would not argue with that because I do love the blue poison skin. What a way to clean out your friends list. I know, right? You can co-op with randoms, and there is like some goals you have to clear in co-op mode. So at that time, I'll definitely do a stream on it and see like if there's people who want me to help them with their missions or so on. Even better, members only. Get that sweet membership money. You know the best thing about membership is that you can trick someone into subscribing, and it's like you'll be like, oh, it's so cheap, it won't hurt, right? And they get in and they just forget about it, and they get charged every single month. The most evil thing ever. I love it. But yeah, I've learned quite a bit from some of my friends, like how to help others. So there's like some quests that you have to kill like a certain amount of enemy, and you can ask the other layer guy to let the enemy down, like the top layer guy to let the enemy down for you. Like there's a lot of actual like working together if you want to fulfill the missions. But you know, when you're going with randoms, like I did every single quest with randoms, which was probably one of the most painful things, because you know, I don't know why, but people just joins the game and immediately quits and leaves you there hanging, and you're like, what am I supposed to do? I'm on the top layer, I'm on the top floor. If I'm at least on the bottom floor, I can solo the whole thing. But when I'm on the top floor and my teammate just leaves, how am I supposed to make it through? It's guaranteed to lose. Guaranteed. And it's really frustrating. Then there's a lag problem. Like, because I was connecting from Australia over to China, when we were doing that, like you have to connect to the server, right? So well, it's gonna be awful for us, but like I had about 300 ping But when it actually says 300 ping in the game, it felt like a 3-second delay. Like it was one of the first times I was trying this stage, right? I saw this enemy coming through and like they killed my operator and they're about to leak. So it's like, oh my god, let's immediately put them like, let's say behind where Thorn is. I was like, that should be early enough to block the enemy. Nope. The lag just was so late. The enemy walked right through, and the moment they walked through, my operator finally deployed. Finally deployed. It's like the most frustrating thing ever. You do not want any lag when you're playing co-op. And I don't think I'll be safe from it this time around because Australia. It's we always get the worst pings in the world. But yeah, now I know what to do, so I should probably be fine this time around. I hope. But that's my biggest problem with the whole co-op mode, is the ping. Actually, it comes with Rainbow Six Siege co-op collab, right? Where will we get the Rainbow Six Siege collab? I don't know. Now they're changing the order this much. I actually don't know when we're gonna get this, because usually it's right after the Dusk banner. You're also in Australia? Yes, I am in Australia. I've said that like for almost 20 months by now. I know some people who's in Australia as well, like who's my viewer. But yeah. That's not really anything important, perhaps. I really wish we're not gonna get Ash Banner right after though. What if they bring Season 4, right? Assuming the data mining was correct, I would put Dusk Banner right after that, so that would mean, wait, so this event ends on the 6th of July. Let's say they give us a week of break, so they release Season 4 on the 13th or the 14th. That lasts for 2 weeks, so let's make it 28th, and then they can release another event on the first week of August. You're in Sydney? Yeah, 2 weeks lockdown, right? Yeah, I heard that. Brisbane, I'm in Brisbane, and we've like had like a week of lockdown or something like that. Brisbane's really chilling here. Yeah, but my brother's in Melbourne, and they had like the worst lockdown in the entirety of Australia. 4th of August. Maybe they can. Dusk on the 4th. I was really expecting around July 16th to have Dusk Banner though. It's so confusing now because we don't know like if they're just gonna release limited banners like whenever. Like they usually do it on anniversaries or like special holidays or something like that, like Chinese New Year. Like they had it for Chinese New Year. If we don't get any like standards there, I'm really afraid what we're gonna get in the future. Because they can just release the second limited, they can just release the second anniversary banner whenever, right? Ooh, it's gonna be rough. I keep going off topic, hey. Season 4, but I feel like I've already talked enough about Season 4. It's the worst CC. I think that sums everything up. The worst CC that we've ever had, and I can't find anything else to talk about it. because there's two things about CC Season 4, right? You either do what I did in CN, which is something like do the Certo strategy and do risk 18 on the first week and just ditch it, or you can do the most stupid strategy ever and do this. I don't know, man. I don't want to do this. So we can get Calcit early? I mean, yes. Yes, we can get Calcit early. But you know, what doesn't work well with us is the amount of limited banners we're getting. Exactly what Yumikuri says. We're gonna get Dusk, right? Dusk, Ash, and then Calcit banner. So that's 3 limited banners. Let's see how many non-limited banners we have. We have Arkedo and Passenger. That's it. So out of the next 5 new banners coming our way, 3 of them are limited. Only 2 are non-limited. Think about that. And tell me you're really happy about Calcit coming early. Because most people, especially free-to-plays and like monthly card only players, probably wouldn't be so happy about it. Personally, from personal experience, like speaking, I wouldn't feel happy about it. Well, obviously there's still gonna be Phantom rerun, and we have the Nyan banner rerun and all that stuff, but like, you know, insignificant. The new banners is gonna hurt our wallet. Well, those of us that actually wants to pull everyone. Like, I can't imagine, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm pulling for Passenger. Do you know how painful that is to actually do that? I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually pulling for Passenger, knowing it's pretty much the worst 6-star ever released. Not a single stage will require you to have Passenger. He's pretty much worst at everything he can do. And I'm pulling for him. Dev's getting 2 trigger happy? I don't know, man. Passenger is a lost cause. They gave Passenger one of the best voice actors, right? They give him awesome art. Like, I can't remember how many times I'm saying this. I think I've talked about Passenger like numerous times at this point. But it's just so sad. It's just so sad. He's got like one of my favorite voice actors, like male voice actor, voicing him. He's got like awesome art. But he sucks. He sucks. And it's so annoying. Because you know what I really love about Arknights? Is that every single operator has their uniqueness and has their use. Right? Merlin Arknights? Yeah, you can say it that way. But, well, the meta is like reversed. The meta-ness is completely reversed. You know? If you think that Merlin is like tier 1, well, used to be tier 0, but now more like tier 1. Passenger is like the direct opposite. Pretty much. And that really breaks Arknights for me a bit. Well, a bit. But it kind of breaks my, you know, my love towards Arknights a bit. Because having a useless 6-star destroys Arknights a bit. Like, even those 6-stars that we rarely use anymore. Moshtima, Chan, the Blue Scotty, they still have some of their use somewhere. Passenger? Nope. So did they update the limited operators art? No, not yet. So we haven't got any of the live 2Ds for limited operators yet. I wonder when they're gonna update them though. Supposing that they do exactly what they promised on the 2nd anniversary live stream, I assumed it will happen. Just, they never mentioned when. They just said that in the future. Passenger is handsome? That's what I give him. But good art kind of saves an operator, doesn't it? But I'm talking about pure gameplay wise, okay? Gameplay wise. Sometimes I pull operators for the looks. Yes. I'm definitely like guilty in terms of that. But when we're talking about a guy, you know, and one of the best male voice actors, why do they have to do this to him? Is something that no one will ever understand. We can only think of it being like Hypergriff being nice to us so that we can save our Orundums till 2nd anniversary and pull Red Scotty and Calcit. But you know, that's just being too optimistic, dare I say. Oops, sorry about that. Just knocked on my microphone. I don't know. I really don't know. Arknights is going in this weird direction as well. We're getting the new system, like the new gameplay system in start of July. Yeah, start of July. Even Lazy is better than him. Exactly, the same archetype. The same archetype. Lower rarity and deals more damage? Why? So does Trust do anything for the characters? Yes. So Trust will gain some stats, like for example, some extra damage, extra defense, extra HP, so on and so forth. Up till 100 Trust. Anything above 100 is just pointless. And that's pretty much what I'm grinding for right now. I'm just grinding for Trust, nothing else. And you might think, well, why do I have these max Trust operators? That is because I only have 5 operators that is not at 200 Trust right now. And all 5 of them are in this battle. So this is, technically speaking, Trust grind. Like I'm not gonna say I'm not a whale, because even in my own like gaming history, I would say I whaled quite a bit on Arknights. The only game I probably spent more on is FGO, and spending per, like, let's say spending per month, I would say Uma Musume beats Arknights as well. So, you know, this is like the top 3 in the gacha games I've ever spent. I've actually spent less in Genshin though, because that game is, well, just waifu pooler. And once I get the waifu, I'm out. While in Arknights, I spend a lot of money just grinding materials and stuff like that. So yeah. Originite Primes just poof and disappears. See season 4 mid-July? That is correct! You saw the news, then you came. And you're correct? Super. You know how they could make a character, test it, and then yeet him into public and not realize he's rubbish? They probably realize he's rubbish. Cause you know how like in CN, whenever they're gonna release a new operator, they actually list out the character like the older skills, not like the percentage. So they'll say, oh, Thorns is like, he has this skill, but you only see range expands, increase attack, increase speed, attack speed, and increase and these. You only see these. You don't see the SP. You don't see the multiplier. Nothing like that. But even just at that stage, most of us could tell Passenger was trash. So it's just design flaw. Or should I say, I kind of guessed he was going to be bad because, you know, when you're the jack of all trades, you're the master of none. I think it's very well said, and his third skill is just trying to be too many things, and he just ended up being bad at all of them. Is Barbarosian obtainable in AR28? No idea. I'm not Genshin Pro. I just do quest, get my gems, and wait for waifu. Extremely confused as to why it's so soon. So again, CN experience, okay? CN, we had CC Season 3, Mountain, Arketo, Season 4. Now, when it comes to us, Season 3, Mountain, no Arketo, but instead Season 4 straight away. So they even have the break. It's so fast, like less than a month apart. Less than a month apart. It is annoying to say the least. Not that it really bothers me. It doesn't bother me anymore. I've looked past it. For me, when I first saw the news, I was like, why did they do this? Right? I was like, why did they do this? But the more I think about it, I was like, either ways, I'm just going to do Risk 18 and I'm going to leave it and just do the dailies and do the challenge and get my reward and I'm out. Right? If you can think that way, I think you'll be fine. But if you're those people who actually wants to go for a high risk, you also have everything you need. You should have everything you need. What are my thoughts on Carnelian? She's awesome. Carnelians. I can't pronounce her name. But yes, I know who you're talking about. You're talking about Beeswax's sister, right? Yeah, she's awesome. She's very strong. Also, I love her. I love this voice actress and I love the art. So like, she's pretty much one of the best new operators to come. Because, you know, when you've got the art and the voice actor and the strength, what more can you ask for? At least that's over with soon. Yeah. PT carry over to other banner, right? When you're talking about event banners, yes. So mountain banner, yes. But limited banners, no. That red reminder in the base though. Yes. I will do that base thing after reset. Because reset is coming in 12 minutes. And I don't want to put them into dorm now because then I won't be able to do the daily quest. Oh, again, C Season 4, for those of you who came in late, C Season 4 and Nian banner rerun is the same time. So when you are, if you pulled for Nian in the, when Nian first came out and you didn't get her, this time you only have to get like up to 300 pulls. So you know how, if let's say if I did 250 pulls when Nian first came out, all I have to do is put in another 50 pull to make it 300, then I can get Nian straight away. If you don't pull because you got Nian last time already, like I did, then you can just ignore it and then you'll get free material token, which is really awesome. You just woke up, good morning then. My day has been better than yesterday. What does the web and all the operators and the doctor is about? What does the web with all the operators and... Oh, it's just a visualization of the factions and their character relationships. You forgot Nian rerun banner was at the same time. Yep, exactly. So if you want to get Nian, this is pretty much your best chance, because in the future you'll have to, like in future limited banners, you have to spend actual 300 pulls in that banner. Instead, now all you have to do is combined 300, including the last run. So yeah, I would say this is your best chance if you actually want to get her now. It may be good, but her sister good too. I love, again, I will say it any amount of times, I love Dusk attack animation. She's beautiful. That means that 1.5 anniversary is like on August, eh? Even though it should be on mid-July, but since they delayed, since they put in CC, yeah, I guess that's what's gonna happen. It's confusing, isn't it? It's just really confusing. I hate it. I like it so that they just put limited banners on anniversaries rather than fiddling around, you know. But looking back, remember the W banner with chapter 7? Do you guys remember that? Was it chapter 7? Yeah, it was chapter 7. The W banner was actually released like a bit earlier than first anniversary, I think, for us, right? I think it was released on like early July rather than mid-July. But that's that. Katsuhika Dusk. Katsuhika? Am I missing something? No joke though. I'm really nervous about having so many banners coming. Like I'm under this pressure of, not because I have to get everyone, because I want to make content on them, because obviously I'm losing money when I'm making Arknight content, right? With the amount of I'm pulling, I'm losing money. I'm not doing this for content. I'm doing this because I want a different experience to my Chinese account, because my Chinese account is pure free to play, while my English account, I wish to be the account that I have everything that I want, you know? And the interesting thing is my Chinese account has everything after this point. So after Mountain Banner, I have everything in my Chinese account. So Mountain, Arcado, Dusk, Saga, Ash. I have everything in my Chinese account after this point. So at least I want to match that. What is the next limited banner? Dusk, which is supposedly our next banner after CC Season 4. Time to believe in the power in the heart of the card. I thought you were gonna say like Heart of Gold or something. JoJo reference. I can't. Here's my plan, okay? I wish to say this ahead so you guys don't think I'm doing something awkward or doing anything weird. Do you guys know about a game called Punishing Grey Raven? Assuming you don't, I'm still not going to explain too much about it, but it's like an action game similar to Honkai Impact 3rd. And I've tried the game back when it launched on CN, and it had a really rough launch. That's why I ditched it. Not because I hate the gameplay, but it was because like the devs screwed up the launch a little bit. Like there was server problems, and I just like I can't be bothered with this server problem, so I just ditched it. But I've only heard good things about the game after that, and now it's finally coming to the West. So I'm actually going to have to save a bit of money, because I want to play that game with a bit of spending. Not like Arknights level spending, a bit less, but I still want to spend some money on that in Punishing Grey Raven as well, PGR. So that's money I have to save. Then Arknights, right? We're gonna have so many limited banners. And imagine, because my Chinese account ended up getting P5 Red Study, I kind of want to match that on my English account as well. So I'm looking at a potential up to 600 pulls on the 2nd anniversary banner, most likely. So you see, it adds up real quick. It adds up really quick. And that's kind of giving me pressure. Not because I have to, but because I want to. Oh, and I just got a new iPad, so that's that. When did I get the new iPad? I think it was earlier this month, late May. So about a month ago, I just got a new iPad, the new iPad Pro. So that costs like 10 packs or something. 11 packs of Arknight Prime? Yeah, that's just 11 packs already gone. Money, man. It's a real deal. Once you're in the gacha hell, you have to think about the money. For some reason, you always wake up before a reset, no matter how late you go to sleep. Ah, see, you take your job as a doctor very seriously. That's good. That's good. Me? I think of... When I set a 7 a.m. alarm, I will always wake up 3 minutes, at least 3 minutes before the alarm actually rang. No matter how much sleep I end up getting. For some reason, if I actually decide to wake up saying, oh, I want to do this thing. Oh, the last time was the mountain banner pool, right? If you guys haven't watched that stream, please check it out, because that stream is really underperforming right now. But yeah, I actually woke up at 6:57 when I set the alarm at 7 a.m. and I woke up and did the stream really early. It happens. Oh, by the way, it's still monetized. I'm surprised. Like, I got tricked into saying some hentai name, if you know what I'm talking about. YouTube. I just said one word. So chill. Oh, hello. Yeah, we're just talking about random stuff now because the whole season 4 topic is really ended really soon, to be fair. Wait, I never talked about what strategy you can take on CC Season 4, eh? Oh, by the way, spoiler alert. One combo will get most problems solved. You know what combo? Take this combo, you win. Except that there's a bit of twist, but you know, that's up to you guys to figure out. I'm just saying, this will make CC Season 4 easy. So if you want to do it this way, you probably won't get the highest risks done, because that requires Lady Bybeak here. But since I'm not going for the highest risk, she's still E1, not even level 2. Oh wait, what time is it? 59. Reset time. 20 seconds. I can't even collect everything. But I should be able to collect my trust first, right? Yeah, get my trust first. Reset time. I can finally get rid of the red exclamation mark thing, because that seems to bother a lot of you. The pain that is CC. It used to be fun, right? I'll give it that. CC used to be a lot of fun for me, but it's been dropping, especially season 3 and season 4. Season 4 is the worst. There is no argument in that. It is the worst experience I've ever got in any CC. And I would say most Chinese players would agree with me. Going to bed now. It's 4 a.m. Get some sleep, man. Good night. Good night. Many CM players hate Season 4 because how annoying they are. And just like the whole strategy is really annoying. What is next skin that is nice to have? Too many. That is really hard to name. I think the next one that is the most exciting that is coming is probably the Aya Fiddler costume, but that isn't even out in CN yet. So it's going to be quite far away for us. And yes, you heard me right. Aya Fiddler costume is coming. Wait. I don't care if it's spoilers. It's the most important costume ever to come for me. Permanent map, yeah. The daily map is just chill. Daily map is always chill, and I wouldn't consider daily map to be a bothersome thing. It's never been annoying to me, so I always do the daily maps as usual and do risk 18 on week 1 and just leave, you know. That's just how I tend to do CC nowadays. And I think that's really sad because I used to love CC. I used to. Base is all red? Yeah, you know, I just do it once a day and I just ignore it. Oh, we have Kafka now. That's right. CC4 is coming through soon. Yes, mid-July, as the Twitter announcement says. So yeah, enjoy that. I'm definitely not gonna enjoy it though. Never really liked CC Season 4, as I've always said, many times. Worst CC. Scene. This should do. But if you think about it, CC is more about the daily map, no? Not really. Because CC daily map, once you figure out a stage, you can it's pretty much the same strategy over and over again with a slight twist. Like, unless you're trying to go for maybe like 3-man run or something like that, daily's never really been bothersome. I mean, if you're going for like 3-man max daily risk, that's a bit more challenging. But anything else is just really not much. You're just grabbing the reward. You're not ready? You're not prepared? Well, did you play CC Season 3? Like, did you get risk 18 on week 1 in CC Season 3? That's the real question. Because if you didn't, you might need to prepare a bit. But if you did, I think you'll be fine. Genuinely speaking. Because you only need one thing to beat risk 18 on week 1. Unless you're one of those tryhards that actually wants to go for max risk, then you'll need some preparation. Because this time it's going to get real nasty. I think you can actually use Weedy in this one as well, right? Weedy skill 1, was it? I'm just gonna collect this real quick and I'm gonna check out my I'm gonna get this done first so I can talk about CC a bit more, because this CC is actually a fairly similar but a bit different. So the biggest thing is that the new strategy of Liskarm plus Bybeak. Where's my Bybeak? So this is your main strategy. The key in the highest risk strategy. Lisgarm, we all know what she does, right? Gives SP, and then you're gonna combine with this AoE stun. And this is pretty much what you're gonna be doing. You can use Weedy skill 1 for a bit of stunning as well. Where's my Weedy? This stun will actually help a bit, but not like a lot. Like this Weedy isn't a permanent fix. She's like a temporary fix kind of a situation. So she's nice to have. But your main thing is going to be Lisgarm plus Bybeak. Or just let the two... But, you know, if you're doing the highest risk, you probably can't have that. And if you're not doing the highest risk, you don't need this setup anyway. You'll be back with the whole just burn through them strategy. And that's genuinely what I would recommend. And as long as you have Surtur, or you can find a Surtur you can borrow from. If you don't, you can always borrow mine. Even though mine's only P4, and I don't feel like P5ing her anytime soon. She's P4, right? Yeah, she's P4. I can make her P5. I just don't want to do it. Because I can. But just get a Surtur and you'll be fine. Mostly. Again. Wait. Is Surtur that OP in season 5? She's not, eh? CC season 5 isn't all about Surtur. CC season 5 is more about the other operators, like actually having a lot of other operators working together. So I would say CC season 5 is a lot more fun. And Surtur wouldn't be like the one and only key. She's still helpful though. Since, well, it is Surtur. Can't expect less, right? And yeah, if you're doing just risk 18, you should be chilling. Just like me. I'm just doing 18, I'm out. Excuse me. Do I want to grind this anymore? I've got 513 now. I guess this is just telling me that I should go back to making more M3s instead of slacking off all the time and just chill. That being said, I guess this announcement really surprised a lot of us. Like, I was discussing this with a lot of people. Like, you see a lot of reactions here on stream, right? A lot of people just coming like, why is it happening? Even back in CN, it really surprised us because we had like 2 events between season 3 and season 4. Now this time we have less, which is even more worrying. But 1 event between CC. I bet you a lot of people aren't happy about this. 513 Orion? Yeah, I had like over 400 before I started the whole grind. How about MB7 Matt? What is the 7th one? I have over 300 sugar. What is the matte material on the 7th? I'm gonna check it real quick. I have over 400 of everything. It's the yellow yellow thingy. What is that called? Acton? That thingy. Acton? Acton? Can't pronounce it. That thingy. The yellow pill looking thing. I have over 400 of that as well. And I think I was grinding sugar a little bit. And then I switched to Rerun. And I made it from like 400 just above 400, like 4 or something, to now 513. And my trust ain't even 100 yet. All I want is the trust. I need nothing else. I want nothing else from this event. And it's the trust grind is so hard. Like, this thing, right? See? 404. Page not found. And I kind of want to keep it that way. Hey, let me see my trust. See? I only have 5 operators that is not 200 yet. Blaze here is already 200 trust. Pure streams on 136 now, and my lowest is Robin, and she's still on 64. 36 more to go. How many sanity is that gonna be, man? Not to say I have to go to 200 eventually. And Mountain's nowhere better. 66, 64, 64, 64. Oh yeah, do your dailies first. I speedrun my daily all the time. I just got used to it. Like, most of the mobile games I play now, like once I get past like the first few weeks, or like maybe the first week, I go into the chill slow grind mode where I just do the daily and I can close the game. That's how I'm maintaining so many mobile games at the same time now. FGO, this, I have Octopath Traveler. I've got I forgot to do my Uma Musume daily. Oh my god. Uma Musume. One of the most underrated thing in the West, but one of my favorite game right now. Please ignore that, Arknights. Nothing personal. It's just, you know, it's Uma Musume. It's different. I haven't done the daily yesterday as well. I was so busy with other stuff yesterday. I forgot to do my Uma Musume. What am I doing? What was I busy with yesterday? I think I was busy with a bit of Arknights stream. Not ending. I just need to tap through a few things real quick. But like, oh, I did a Twitch stream yesterday about Arknights as well. I was just, you know, yesterday I wanted to stream, but because it was like a random stream out of nowhere, I really didn't have any topic to talk about. And I just don't wanted to leave a random stream out of nowhere on YouTube. So I just didn't do that stream on YouTube. So I decided to do it on Twitch. What else did I do? I had some family issues to deal with. That's why. Yeah, I was caught in the whole family issue thing the whole day. Oh my freaking god. I can't believe it, man. Imagine missing out on Uma Musume. Not acceptable. Even though it's really under, like, no one likes Uma Musume. Like, the anime wasn't really that watched, according to Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll. But still, have you guys been? Do you guys know, like, there's like charts of revenue of games, like in a lot of like different servers, and that's how, like, that's actually one of the reasons I know Arknights is still doing really strong in EN, despite like pretty much not that much content creator talking about Arknights. It's still doing really well here in the West according to the revenue. God dang, man. Every time I see it, I'm like, I still have hope. There's still hope in Arknights EN. Because out of all the 5 servers of Arknights. So there's CN, there's Japan, there's EN, there's Korea, and there's a Taiwanese server, right? We are the third best performing in terms of revenue. Well, that actually kind of makes sense since it is global. Well, so CN revenue is obviously better than Japanese revenue. Arknights is just super popular in China because of special reasons. In Japan, it's actually not as popular, sadly speaking. And in the West, I feel like everyone's being drawn to Genshin, right? So ever since Genshin's release, I've never felt like I've always felt Arknights is going to, you know, take a huge hit in one way or the other. And I already saw some damage. You know how a lot of like content creators ditched Arknights and just went for like pure Genshin afterwards. I almost did that as well. Actually, not really. I was never gonna ditch Arknights, to be honest. But I once talked about Genshin as well, except I soon decided that it wasn't a game for me and I never made any more content on it. But that's me. A lot of other people just, you know, it's a sad story. We all know about it now. But it's really awesome to see how like a lot of people actually still plays Arknights, right? Like quite a lot. And wail a lot in Arknights. And to see a game being so healthy, despite not much content creator making like videos on it, makes me really happy. Maybe some people just copy homework and doesn't really play the game as a tower defense. Like, how many of you actually enjoy Arknights in like the tower defense side of things? I think a lot of people are more here because of like, you know, the art style, maybe the story, but I'm really here for the whole package. I can't really say I love the story because I think there's better mobile game. Like there's mobile game with better stories in them. Specifically FGO. That's probably the only one. At least Arknights is filtered now. True. Very true. Like I don't want to, you know, name names, but when a certain like pretty much the biggest Arknights content creator left Arknights and went to Genshin, like we had a small community be like cheering and be like, thank you Genshin, you took that guy away from Arknights, thank you. That actually happened. Please answer, do you think swords or blades is better? You want one of them? God. So to answer that, do you have mountain and thorn? If you have this guy and this guy, you don't need blades, then you can go swords. Or should I say, if you're lacking in more melee units, go for blades. If you're lacking more in range units, go for swords. We do not mention Mr. T's name in any of my community. I will only call him Mr. T. If I'm Genshin boring, it's more hype than substance. I agree, sadly. He was the biggest Arknights content creator. Right? I think he was. Well, in his own words, I didn't succeed because of Arknights. It was because of my charisma? What was his original words? I can't really remember, but you know, the why I quit Arknights. No naming names. No naming names. But yes, that happened. No naming names. I don't want to get the hate. But to be honest, I like there's a small community around me, like not around me, but like I'm in, that just didn't appreciate. You have Certa, Silver Ash, and Mountain. It's enough? That's enough. You never like loudmouth YouTuber like him? Well, he's energetic. And I think energy, some people like it, some people not. I don't think it's a, you know, it's something to be judged. Some people prefer the energy, and maybe it's not for me because I'm a loser, you know, because I'm more of a loner. I'm more, or better call it, I'm more of a chill and calm kind of guy. That doesn't sound really convincing, eh? I like the more. Wait, that would sound insulting. I have to put it in a nicer way. I have to think of a nicer way to say it, or just don't say it. But you know what I mean, right? Being energetic is not bad. It's just not for you or maybe me. That's it. And I don't think it's a bad thing. It's not just Mr. T, but the game content filtered a lot of people like CCs and IS, which is good. Only tryhards now and less plebs. I don't know. I disagree. I disagree with that. I think that every single game, just like you love the whales, right? But you must have some of those free to plays, you know, so to balance out the like different type of gamers to have. But you know, when you only have these amount of when you only have try-hard players, or let's say you only have the whales, who are we going to, you know, compare us against? Subscribe and thanks, man. You like me for my honesty? Thank you. That's what I try to be most of the time. And yes, no homo, same. Unless I'm doing cocaine. I think cocaine is illegal in Australia, right? I think so. I think it is. I've heard that in some places cocaine is, or is it marijuana? I don't know. I don't know too much about drugs. It's too much, like something I would probably never want to understand. But yeah, to be honest, ever since I started this whole channel, like since I'm not doing it as a job, I just want to be honest with myself, not necessarily be with everyone else. There's some things I don't want to say sometimes, but I want to be honest with my own content, because you know, one thing I've learned ever since like growing up and like making lies is that if you want to convince others, you have to convince yourself first. And if I'm going to like make a video on convincing someone, I got to believe in it to make myself, you know, more believable. So that's pretty much the only way I can make any content. That's why I make so few videos, because I don't know what to make on. You know how people are like, oh yeah, daily uploads, or like at least weekly uploads. I don't know what to make. That's why there's no videos from me, because there's actually something that I want to talk about, unless I won't even make a video, or I won't even stream it. Just like this stream. If it wasn't for CC Season 4 coming today, like no, CC Season 4 coming mid-July news that came out today, like I was so surprised at it. I was like, I must talk about this. I wouldn't have started this stream. That's how big of a deal it is to me. I think for most of us as well. As a nurse, medical marijuana is allowed as long as you have prescription for it. Cocaine, though, never heard of medical. Oh, so it's marijuana. Okay, thanks for that. That's good to know. Yeah, like those kind of stuff are something that, even though it's not complicated, I don't want to understand, because I feel like, you know, it's more of the dark side of things. So that's why I don't want to understand it. Just like, I guess it's more of my thing. I just have bad impressions of them. And bad impressions usually means I just don't want to know about them as much. As the same as, you know, some content on YouTube. Like I know a lot of them exist. I just don't want to learn about them. Yeah. Arknights content creators. Do you guys watch any? Like others, like excluding me? I assume most of you guys watch my video, but like, do you guys watch any other ones? The only one I watch is probably Tack. And usually like it's because it's meme videos rather than like their opinion. And I don't watch like people who make Chinese content because I play Chinese version of the game as well. Because I've really been thinking, like, I don't know what is going on with the whole Arknights. Like, I don't know what's trending. I feel like I've separated myself from the entirety of the Arknights community because I don't watch any other people's videos. But it's hard. It's really hard. Because, you know, some people I used to watch and they go to Genshin. Some people pretty much left for Genshin and says that they're still in Arknights, but I don't believe that at all. Because, you know, when they make 10 Genshin video and 1 Arknights video, I would assume that they're a Genshin content creator, not an Arknights content creator. And I just ditched them. Papa Saria. You watch Shoyu and a lot of 1P Relay. Oh, 1P Relay stuff is pretty awesome, not gonna lie. Not found. I found this Shirei? Shoyu, and I know a guy in my own Discord that makes 1P relays. I think he's what's Holo's what is Holo's YouTube channel? I can't remember, but I watch him as well. Quite a lot since, especially those that do live streams too, like KK Tello, 25th Night. 25th Night I know. Oyuki I know. Yanfly I don't know. So I know 2 out of those 4. I don't watch 25th Night. Sadly, I know him. I know he makes a lot of he talks a lot about the CN stuff, which is, you know, really attractive to most people because there's not much to talk about in the EN part of the game anymore, sadly enough. Oh, you can have to watch. I also watched the Yu-Gi-Oh guy. You guys know that guy? The Yu-Gi-Oh content, the Yu-Gi-Oh streamer on Twitch. I watch him as well sometimes. He's quite awesome. They make quite nice trust form and low operator run. Don't use lower stars. They actually use 6 stars. Yeah, to be honest, like at this point, I disagree. I refuse any of those low rarity, quote unquote, homeworks, because at this point, who's using those operators? Everyone's on 6 stars and 5 stars now. Like honestly speaking. Yeah, there's a lot of things I know I'll get a lot of hate, so I won't say it, but yeah, there's a reason I don't watch many people. And you know, especially when they're like taking, you know, the new stages that they added for like those operators, like the Aya filler stage, like those the 6 characters that they added like special stages for and you get 200 ornaments with. What are those called? Chaos Theory? No, that's maths. What is that thing called? The new one. that thing, I saw someone streaming it and struggling so hard. I was like, really? Really? You're gonna struggle on this for hours? For one stage? And I just can't, I just don't believe it. Paradox Simulation? Oh yeah, that's the name. Like, I'm sorry, but it looks fake to me. No one is going to be stuck on that for that long. I think they're doing it on purpose for stream content. And I can't, genuinely speaking, I don't agree with that practice, because if I'm going to do a stage on stream, I'm going to do it genuinely, right? I can set limits for myself. So let's say I can do this stage with this team only, so I can put limits on myself. But I don't believe those kind of, you know, trying their hard and can't even do a stage in like 3 hours. I think that's BS. You used to really enjoy Zeals, then instantly he switches to Genshin and Arknights now sucks or something. You know, I think what they're doing is they're taking this YouTube business seriously. They're taking it as a business. And they're making good money from it. So I'm not going to blame them, right? It's just that I'm not going to watch them anymore because I don't want to watch Genshin content. While me? Look at me. You think I'm making any money from this? Like, the best I'll make is like pocket change level. And when I say pocket change, I literally mean pocket change. Like, I won't be able to even pay my phone bill with how much I earn on YouTube. So, you know, I get to do whatever I want. And that's how I like it. You haven't heard for a long time? Big Leviathan? Yeah, I wish I was that rich. Is that too realistic? Is that too honest to say? It's like, I wish I was that rich. But it's true. I think everyone can relate. I think everyone can relate. Who doesn't want to be that rich to be just like, yeah, I'm playing this game full on whale and just buy whatever I want. Like, who do I think is the most broken operator and should we get? Problem solved. It's not even a problem. It's not even a question. Whoever you ask, this will be the answer that you'll be getting. There's this saying, right? Whenever you see anything for the first time, or whenever you're struggling with anything, you put down Surtur. And that will solve, like, I can't say 100%, but 99% of the problem that you'll ever face in Arknights. 99% of the problem you'll ever face in Arknights, Surtur solves the problem. And actually, like, back when she actually came out, everyone was discussing about this. Before the actual details of her skills came out, we just saw how she won't die with her talent. The moment we saw this, everyone knew she's broken. Everyone knew she was broken. And she turned out to be the most broken operator they've ever released. Anyone wants to debate me on that? Anyone? I think no one can. Imagine someday someone power creeps Surtur. That would be the day low lights. I want to say they won't. At least it's not going to be like a straight up guard that does the same thing, right? Because that's pretty much invincibility. And how much longer can you make invincibility? You really can't. So I don't think there's going to be like a straight up upgrade or power creep of Surtur. But what I think is that someday we'll get someone that feels more broken than Surtur. Because seriously, how drunk was Low Light when he approved Surtur? Who knows? Like, it must be real drunk, right? But then, if you think about it, how drunk was he when he approved Passenger to be so trash? Oh my god, it always comes back to his Passenger, doesn't it? He's like the biggest meme in Arknights now. Passenger just won't give us a break, but he kind of deserves it. Yeah, if we're gonna talk about like future characters that's coming, I would say Ash would be really good to have. Oh, spoiler alert, by the way. But like Ash, and then I would say both Calcid and Red Scotty are equally as important, I would say. Can we join this stream about CC4? Yeah, Season 4, the conversation's pretty much ended, but yeah, coming mid-July. I still can't accept it though. Like, I try to ignore the fact, but it still bothers me. It still bothers me. It doesn't make sense. Like, on the last stream when I was pulling Mountain, I was so confident. I was like, Dusk Banner was data mine, and I was like, mid of July, 1.5 anniversary, Dusk Banner as our new limited banner, totally works, makes perfect sense. It's gonna happen, you know. Worse than Flamebringer? As a 6-star that you have to spend big money to pull, yeah, I would say Passenger is like a 3-star level of strength. Praise the Lord Tachanka, yeah. Rainbow Six Siege collab is one of the most important collabs, I would say. It gives a lot of important operators. Yeah, kinda. Is Red Scotty really that good? Yes. All 3 of her skills are god level. Now, allow me to explain why. So I think I'll explain all 3 of her skills really simply, like really in a really simple way. So skill 1 will allow will allow you to easily survive Tallulah's fire rain. So you know that meteor rain that kills you, and you have to do like the whole Nightingale with the whole bird cage, and then skill 3 open, all that things just to decrease the damage. If you have Red Scotty skill 1, you pretty much take 0 damage from that fire rain. Is that a good enough explanation, like of an example of how broken that is? I think it is. Skill 2. What skill 2 does is, you see this 1.6k attack? You can make this 2000 attack permanently. By the way, pretty much the same for Thorns. Pretty much 2k damage Thorns. Permanent. That's skill 2. Skill 3 is like, think of Sora, but even more buffed, and you can buff pretty much anywhere you like. So let's say, you know how when you have Sora, like let's say on the top right of Thorns, then she only buffs like around her. With Red Scotty, you put her here, but she can still buff operators on the right side. She gives you the freedom of and a better buff than Sora. So you know, she's pretty much like one of the best, like an actual, you know, like a supporter, a buffer that actually makes sense to bring on you all the time. Red Scotty is one of the brain dead gameplay man. Just drop her with skill 2 and let her. Yeah, her skill 2 is broken. Skill 1 is broken, skill 3 is broken. All 3 of her skills are broken. You basically don't need a heavy healer since her passive. Yeah. Yep. The buff is anywhere. So it doesn't matter where you put her. You know how, like again, Sora is really limited by where you can put her. Red Scotty is not limited. At all. At all. Have you seen, like, you remember Chen? Chen is actually viable again with Red Scotty. Because have you seen Chen that can deal like 10,000 damage with her skill 2? Yeah, you can see that with Scotty's buff. The whole summon just to bomb, like the summon bomb thing, that strategy is all viable and awesome again. Because with the super buff from Scotty. Oh, by the way, did I tell you that because Scotty works somewhat like Sora, so you can actually buff Scotty and then the buff will actually transfer to other operators? Did I ever mention that? Yeah, that's a thing as well. So, you know, let's say as an example, okay, as an example. So you bring out your medic, you bring out your Warfarin. Warfarin, you know, increase attack by 90%. That buff, this actually affects Scotty's buff. And so super buff is what you're gonna get. Exia turns into a monster. Like, you guys remember how everyone's like, oh, Scotty, Exia, she's great, but she can't really fight against high defense enemies, and hence she's not really that good in CCs, right? CC Season 5, max risk requires Exia to deal the damage. That's how important Scotty is. And all the buffs. Like, I mean, there's Shamare, there's other stuff, but you get the point. Every time you want Got, you always think hard. Damn it. Why is it so hard to be a free player? Ah, it is. Like, I'm a free-to-play player on my Chinese account, so I genuinely understand. It's hard. You're gonna get her anyway for Waifu Collector, most of that. Yes! I know! Could you, like, when the 2nd anniversary live stream came out and we all saw the live 2D Scotty, everyone was like so hyped. The hype is unbelievable. It is our first ever live 2D. And that's like the beginning of an era. The beginning of every single limited operator will have live 2D era. And it's just awesome. And yes, high quality live 2D is always welcome. So who's gonna say no to that, right? I would say Calcid. The Calcid is so important as well. Like, everyone knew how Calcid was, you know, already OP and broken back in beta. They nerfed her a little bit, but she's still quite quite the quite the OP character to have. And yes, she's a medic, but she's OP. Who could have thought? Who would have thought? One of the strongest operator in the entire game is a medic. I mean, one of the best damage dealer is a medic. Who would have thought? But it happened. After that, though, Carnelian didn't like the current newest operator in CN is Carnelian, and she's quite good. She's quite good. Like, she's not like how should I put it? She's easier to use than AFLer. Why? Because you know how AFL's Volcano is like an 80-second cooldown? Carnelian has such a low cooldown with huge AoE arch damage. So in some sense, I would say that she's easier to use than AFLer, even though AFLer is like higher in damage. Medic with true damage? I'm a medic, but I have monster. You know what? It's actually monster that we're pulling for, and Calcid is just like, you know, a skin on top of it. She's just like the buy one, get one free, that extra free item that you get. Oh, and a limiter to monster, because if they just release monster, it'll be too OP. So they have to use Calcid as like a debuff. Monster though, way too strong. Yeah, he breaks the game balance, I must say. He breaks the game balance. When you can deal true damage and you have over 5,000 HP and blocks 3, and when you die you deal AoE 1,000 true damage and stuns them for 3 seconds. Plus you only you only have like 25-second cooldown to redeploy again. So you are a quick redeploy, true damage, 5.5k HP, block 3. What? Oh, also, yeah, true damage skill 3, that does like 5,000 damage on the first hit. Nothing, right? How about Arkedo? Should you pull her? Okay, so I would say yes, because personally I've had situations where having Exia didn't solve the problem. Having Exia plus Ashe didn't solve the problem. It was only when I had Exia plus Ashe plus Arketo that actually solved the problem. So that's my personal experience. It differs from person to person. But there is such situation where using Arketo made things easier for me. Where like there was this event stage where like everyone's stuck on it. Because there was this you know how with the medals there's this special restriction where you have to clear to get the medal onto like a second get your medal colored, get your medal plated or something. I cleared that first try while everyone else was stuck because I had Arkedo in my team. Everyone, like a lot of other people, like CN players that are like higher level than me, they have they have stronger operators than me. They have more level 90s, they have more M3s, all that crap. But because I used Arkedo plus Exia plus Ashe, I beat it first try, and they were stuck on that stage. I would say that's how important I would say that's how important Arkedo is. I never found her important, by the way. Before that event, I've always thought, well, Arkedo, I already have Exia. What is she gonna do, right? That's what I've always felt. And I was told that I was wrong by the game design. And, you know, stage design is everything, because how strong an operator is really depends on the devs. And if the devs says that it's good to have Arknights, I would only agree. It's funny that Load Light Showcase casted on Patriot stage. Patriot is a joke. Okay? Yesterday I was streaming on Twitch. It was a random chill stream. I just decided to stream out of nowhere. So I was trying to find this video where someone buffed Bubble. You know Bubble, like there's she's a defender that can reflect her damage, reflect damage according to her defense. The more defense she is, like the more damage she'll reflect. Someone buffed Bubble so hard that Bubble soloed Patriot. I was trying to find that video on Bilibili. So I typed in Bubble, Arknights, Bubble, Patriot. I tried to search for it. And you know what I got? I got like 2,000 other videos of people killing Patriot in like 2,000 different ways. And I couldn't find the video I want because that video was just so buried in the thousands of Patriot killing videos. There was one video where they buffed 12F so hard that 12F, yes, that 2-star sniper soloed Patriot because of all the buff that he got. And that was a video on Bilibili. Patriot is a joke at this point. He's like, whenever a new operator comes out, they test it on Patriot. That's the job of Patriot now. Well, I kind of did the same thing when I did my Shijupool video, but you know, that's that. Especially in the Shijupool Thorns and Shijupool Surta video. That was like the only two videos where I actually showed you guys like characters in gameplay, right? And I used the same stage as well. Wait, 718? Yeah, 718. I feel bad. I felt bad. I'm sorry, Patriot. But you know, it's what I would call necessary evil. It has to be done. Probably not. But I just wanted a good showcase of how important Thorns and Surtur is, right? And you were just like the best target. You can't blame me. You have to blame the devs. It's them who made you that way. I just followed what the devs... Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it anymore. Poor Patriot. I mean... Wait. I think someone tested Carnelian. Someone tested Carnelian's damage with Patriot as well when she first came out. She's everywhere. I mean, he's everywhere. Imagine farming 718, but you change it every third run. Patriot is... Once you figure him out, it's a really easy stage and a really easy boss to beat. As the same with every single boss, right? Once you get the concept, you know what they do, you know how to avoid them, it's easy. I think we can all agree on that. So back to why I love Arknights so much. That's why. Except recently I just rely on the 6 stars more and more, I feel like. You know how I used to be like, oh, wait, it was a saying of there is no bad operators, there's only bad doctors. And now I can proudly, not proudly, say I'm a bad doctor, but I have good operators. They're just too broken. What am I supposed to do? Look at Thorns. Look at how OP he is. What am I supposed to do? Not use him and make my life harder? Surtur, just don't use her and make my life harder? I don't need Mountain. Mountain's pointless. Mountain's pointless. Blaze. You know, Blaze is so good as well. Look at TW, you need to use the towers. Super? Are you sure? Are you sure you need to use the towers now? Because, you know, CN just had TW rerun. And dare I say, I didn't need the towers at all. You know, Modra coming out. Surtur! Other lane, Thorn solo. Like, you remember TWEX8, right? Where they had the 3 lanes, and then there's like these guys going from the bottom, and then they come out from the top right, and Modra comes from the top right, and there's a middle lane. The entire middle lane was soloed by Thorns. And all I had to do was put my random OP operators on the top right, and strong enemy comes out, Surtur. Win. Like, back then, I struggled hard. Now it's like... when Ian had it, I already knew how to play it, so it wasn't hard for me as well. But when it first came out in CN... yeah, it was hard. When the Suzuran event first came out in CN, it was kind of hard. Until I learned how to do it, but you know... once you know the stage, you'll eventually know what to do, and you'll push your way through it. It's just that. And usually, like, unless it's CC, it wouldn't take that long, because they're not really asking for super complicated, super complicated strategy from you. No, I can't say that. Because the Dusk event! It's driving me nuts again. You guys have never played the Dusk event, so you guys wouldn't know. That event has one of the most brain-killing stages. It's literally brain-killing. On one of the later stages. Like, ignoring, except for CC, because CC you can actually add tags, but that stage was the hardest stage I have ever played in Arknights history. And it wasn't even the last stage. It wasn't like the boss stage. Boss was easy. Boss was easy. But that stage, oh my god, the amount of break. Like, I was given a homework. Like, I was chatting with some friends, and they gave me a homework. And I watched through the homework, and I'd be like, I don't understand this, so I'm not gonna do it this way. Wait, did I actually fully watch the homework? Because I don't remember it. I probably didn't watch the homework. I probably refused to watch the homework, but you get the point. Like, it was so complicated. There was like calculations, like predicting where the enemies are gonna move, all that stuff. And also you get to play with blocks, right? And you know how it's really complicated when like enemies movement can change with blocks. You have to calculate that in as well, and it's just like a lot of trial and error. And I just decided, no, I don't want to do this. So I brute forced it. As usual, you know, when you have the whole Saria skill 3 plus Surtur thing, you can actually brute force a lot of the time. Can't wait to do it blind? Yeah, have fun with that. After CC Season 4, that is. For me, it's time where I can just chill and don't do anything. I'm probably gonna do Is there another game that's coming out? I actually wanted to play the Girls Frontline 2 closed beta, but I didn't get in, so that's my plan gone. But mid-July, right? What am I gonna do then? Assuming I didn't find a job. There's actually nothing else to do. Should I play like Scarlet Nexus or something? I don't know yet. Like I'll see what I want to do, but it's probably going to be like a really chill event for me, since like I've said 2 billion times, 18 and dailies, that's it. Is there another mobile game coming out then on mid-July? I know I've heard Punishing Grey Raven is coming out in October, right? So that's way too early. End of July is Japanese FGO anniversary. I'll watch that, but that's not really something important before then. Yeah, there's nothing, eh? I guess it's just gonna be random, chill, and empty few weeks for me. I can do something else, I guess. Even if I'm gonna make any videos, it's probably not gonna be about CC. It's like, wait, do you guys watch other people, other people's CC videos? Because I don't. I only check out like the highest risk clear, but that one that they had in CN was too tedious that I didn't want to do it. So yeah, actually, I don't. Even if I was to make a CC video, I don't know what I could make. Yeah, really just looking forward to the Dusk event. Not only because of how fun it is, but also I have quite the amount of materials that I want to grind in that event, because you can grind the blue rock in the Dusk event, and I just checked, I have like less than 30 blue rocks in my inventory. So unless I do 1-7 and grind green rocks, most likely I'll just be grinding blue rocks in the Dusk event. So that's going to be a lot of grind then. Also, oh. Genshin version 1.7 should be coming then, right? I think. I can't recall. I think so. Somewhere near there should be Genshin 1.7. So I hope there's going to be new content. I don't know, man. They've been teasing about Inazuma for like months now, and they've made like zero progress of releasing any content. I have no hopes in that game at all. It's depressing. So I guess I'll just see what happens. Probably play a bit more JRPGs on my Twitch, or just play it on my own. I've got quite a lot of JRPGs I want to go through. Like, I've never played Fate Extella. I knew I would want to play the game one day or the other, but I just never really got to it. But since I already bought it on the Steam summer sales, I should probably finish Fate Extella sometime soon. I guess that's about it. Yeah, nothing else to say, eh? I think that's pretty much all I have in my mind today that I actually wanted to talk about. CC, Dusk, future banners. I've already talked about Mountain and Arkedo. Yeah, the reason I kept thinking about Mountain and Arcado was because like someone told me, you know, Dreamy disagrees with my view. I mean, Dreamy's opinion is different to mine, and actually the polar opposite. So I really, that's why I feel like I really wanted to talk about the whole Mountain versus Arcado thing, and I tried to explain myself a lot. And then what's after that? Rainbow Six Siege we've talked about. Yeah, Rainbow Six Siege talked about. Also, Calcit Banner talked about. Carnelian talked about. We've talked about everything that's to come. Everything that's to come to Arknights. I don't think I'll need to do any other stream for like a long time. What's my thoughts on Dusk? Great art. Actually, best attack animation in game. Great art. Not that useful. I like her skill 3 though. I like her skill 3 a lot because of the summoning ability. Like, wait. But that goes into spoiler territory, so I have to talk about that later. But yeah, Dusk, her skills are interesting, but not like super strong. And it feels really random sometimes, which makes it makes me feel less reliable. And that's why I don't really use it that much. Saga, on the other hand, is way more reliable. But because I'm so used to the whole Bagpipe, Miedo, and Elysium strategy, like that start, I don't really do Saga. Any idea how to make Passenger good? Increase his attack, decrease his skill cooldown, and increase the just the damage buff needs to be like at least double the damage. Skill damage needs to be increased, like the, you know, the skill multiplier needs to be increased. Also, half that cooldown. His skill cooldown is way too long. Make it like 15 seconds would be a lot more usable. And the stall is fine. Like the slowing effect is already fine enough. I don't think that needs to be changed. So it's mainly the damage and cooldown. His base attack, so when he's like normal attacking, he deals less damage than Lazy, which is of the same archetype. They're all like the chain lightning type, right? But he deals less damage than the 5-star. That's just unacceptable. Also, he costs like 30 something DP. He shouldn't be dealing that little damage. Some people compared it. Steward deals more damage than Passenger. I'm talking about the 3-star Steward. Yes, you heard me right. Steward does more damage than Passenger. How can anyone rely on him when his normal damage sucks, when his skill is on like a 30-second cooldown at M3 and deals like 5,000 damage combined? When you put down monster skill 3 and the first hit monster does is 5,000 true damage. I need to hydrate myself a bit. Too excited when I'm ranting about Passenger. Like, you can't have that. When you charge a skill for 30 seconds, you can't just do 5,000 damage and like 3 to 4 seconds of stalling. 5,000 damage combined, by the way, in that 3 to 4 in the 3 to 4 second duration. And the stalling is non-existent because it's so short. The only thing he has right now is the attack range and how big of an area he can cover. That's the only thing on his side right now. Everything else about him sucks. Oh, and the art and the voice actor. Don't have to repeat myself, you know. I don't know why they decided to let him be that way. Like, the whole joke about letting us save our pools for second anniversary, that's just a joke. And it doesn't make sense. It genuinely doesn't make sense. And if you really look at it, he's the worst male 6-star operator yet. Up till this point, every single 6-star male operator is like on the top of the tier list. Even Ark is the most unique operator. He's pretty much the only operator that can kill your own operator. That makes him special, right? So see, every single 6-star male operator has something special on them. Not passenger. Not passenger. He's like on the bottom of the tier list, if there is one. And it's disappointing. You know, we've came to you. I think, you know how like in a weed gacha game, people are after the waifus, right? Sometimes husbandos, but mostly waifus. Even females. A lot of females playing games, they're after like cute girls. And Arknights came in with cool looking guys and being really strong, like Silver Ash. You know how Silver Ash started the whole thing being like, looks cool and then really strong? It was really refreshing to see, to say the least, for me. It was a refreshing thing to do, to see. And they destroyed the trend themselves. I guess that's the biggest disappointment for me. Like, I don't really care about, like, you know, the art. Like, that art isn't really for me anyway. I don't look for husbandos. And it came out at a time just before anniversary. Yeah. That was a really awkward timing as well. If you think about it, the last time this happened, like they put an event before an anniversary, hence limited banner, was first anniversary, and they did Phantom, then W, right? The whole Phantom event was about W. The story was about W. So we knew W was coming, but Phantom, though, he was still so good that people still pulled for him. So I don't think that makes it a good reason for them to release like a bad operator, because, you know, who actually regret pulling for Phantom? No one, I assume. I hope. Phantom's awesome. And then like the other male characters, Silver Ash, right? Phantom, right? Thorns. Like, look at Thorns. You see his head photoshopped on every single female operator. That's how hot people think, like, people think he is. And he's strong. Let's ignore Mountain, because look at this head. I don't think anyone will appreciate this head, so let's leave it at that. But, you know, Mountain's really strong. And who's the other 6-star male operator? There's Grandpa? What was his name? What was his name? The old one. The guard that attacks while he recovers HP. What was his name? Ah, yes, Helga. See? All the 6-star male and they're all guards. Who else is a 6-star male operator? And that's not a guard. Phantom, yes, Phantom is strong. I was gonna say all the male are strong because they're all guards. No, that's not the case, right? Whew, whew. Yeah, it's Helliger. I realize that. But you know, so many good male operators. Ishida Akira. Who's that? I don't remember like the majority of the voice actors' names. Even now, people still, you know, get, I shouldn't say pissed about Passenger, but he definitely comes out in conversations here and there because of his weakness. But it feels really interesting, right? I feel like we're closer to CN than we've ever been. What do I think about Breeze? Breeze is the medic, right? I never used her. So I didn't even max potential her from the red certificate shop. I just didn't felt like using my red tickets just to get her. Like, is it called shop voucher? Yeah, something like that. I prefer to use my shop voucher elsewhere, like getting the 6-star potentials token thing. I prefer to get that rather than actually getting Breeze to max potential. If someday CN announced that they're going to switch out the shop voucher, so removing Breeze, then I might grind and get her to max potential before she leaves. Otherwise, not gonna bother. Hypergrip really did Passenger dirty, designing him like that. Yeah, especially for how good he looks. Everyone was really excited about like the voice actor because obviously like the Merlin guy, everyone's excited. But his usability really disappointed. Imagine pulling for Passenger and E290M9, then you try him out. I mean, I know some people who actually pulled for him and E290 him. I don't know if they actually M9, but I know quite a few people who actually pulled for him. I'm probably gonna get him, not an E2. I will E2, but not mastery and no potential. Yes, I know it's his. I saw your typo of quote unquote her M3. I know. I don't know. No matter in which situation I can think of, there is no situation where I'll be like, oh my god, this is a good place to use Passenger's skills. If you know what I mean. And I guess the biggest reason is that we have so many different operators to pretty much cover every single situation that we will ever meet. And Passenger just doesn't solve any of them better than any other operator. Understandable? Understandable. So maybe, right? Maybe just like Arcado, someday they'll release this unique map that is specifically designed for passenger. Nah, not gonna happen. Like, unless they put down like, unless they give you like some weirdo restrictions, there is not a single situation where only passenger can solve and everyone else can't. Doesn't exist. Yeah, you can use his skills twice, you can charge it twice, but it's 60 seconds if you want to charge it twice. And I would rather just Volcano at that point. Especially afterwards, soon we get Carnelian, which is better than passenger in every single possible way. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think so, man. And I still have to pull for him. I can't believe. I still can't accept the fact that I am going to pull for passenger. No matter how many times I convince myself I'm pulling him because I want an account with everything, so on and so forth, I just can't convince myself that it makes sense to pull for passenger. My brain refuses to accept. Imagine they force his relevance with CC risk. Not possible. In no way or form will he be that important. Sadly speaking. Oof. I just watched something. I just saw something really scary. There's this Discord server I'm in, and they usually don't have anything in their NSFW section, and it lit up. I was curious, right? I was like, that's really rare for anything to happen in this server. Let's check it out. I want to wash my eyes right now. Imagine pulling on anniversary and then only pulling passenger. Oh, no thanks. That happened to someone, by the way. I saw someone who actually did that. Someone on Bilibili was like, hey, you know what? Second anniversary of Arknights, so much hype. Let's join into the game. So they wailed, they pulled for Scotty and Kelsit, and you know what they got? Not one passenger, but two passengers. And not Scotty nor Kelsit. Two passengers in a single 10 roll. Single 10 pull, double passenger. Woohoo! Chapter 11, passenger will be the only useful operator. Yeah. You should screenshot that and then save it. And then someday we'll come back and see, oh my god, he was right the whole time. A good map for passenger only in Paradox Simulation, just like most of Paradox. Oof. I mean, it's only good for passenger because he's the only choice that you have. You can't choose any other operators because, trust me, if you have choices, there's probably be a better way to solve the same problem. Except that we don't get to choose. Why did I just almost hit pull? I should go to sleep. My muscle memory just like, hey, you know what? Let's go back to the main menu and hit on headhunt for the first thing. Almost wasted my pool. So scary. Let me see where I'm at. 182. Some blue rocks. Nice to have. Yeah, getting closer to the end. Getting closer. I probably don't need this, but sure, I'll grab it. Time Traveler. Yeah, that's the only way that it will make sense. Let me see my trust real quick. 139? Oh, this is gonna be a long grind. How much more trust, like how much more sanity will I need to waste on these operators? 69, 69, 69, 70. That's really far off. I'm like 10 centimeters away from my monitor trying to see how much attack do I have from this trust. And I can't see a single thing. Like, no matter how hard I try, I can't see the value. It's impossible. Yeah. It's not just fake. It's just not blending in. It's just non-existent. How much damage does Passenger do with buff army? Probably a lot. But, you know. The cooldown still makes it useless. And that's why I say cooldown is his biggest problem. Because with that kind of cooldown, even if you give him the full buff army, he's still useless. And when even 12F can do so well, obviously Passenger's gonna do fine, but that's not good enough for a 6-star, is it? Quite a few bugs this latest update and no signs of fixing them. See? That is one part. No, I still don't agree with Mr. T. I was gonna say that's one thing I agree with Mr. T, but thinking about it, I know he's not telling. He doesn't know what is happening, and I know better, so I can't say what he said. But you know what would be really nice? If Yosta Shanghai, and yes, I'm calling you out, Yosta Shanghai, not Yosta, because Yosta Japanese Yosta and Yosta Shanghai, 2 separate companies, 2 different entities. So it would be really awesome if you, Yosta Shanghai, could hire a few more people and actually get a translating team and fix your shiz properly. That would be very well appreciated. Actually, it's the same bug in the Japanese version, right? So no, I should just call out Yosta in general. Fix the shiz. Please. Because you're not giving us, you know, confidence when you have so many bugs and you don't fix them and you don't even acknowledge them properly. Right? And then there's the Shanghai Yosta where, you know, they pretty much just didn't even do a chapter 8 live stream when even the Japanese Yosta did one. But no, English second-class citizen. Who cares about global Arknights, right? I mean, except for the gamers, except for the players, but who cares about us, plebs? English global Yosta? I mean, global Arknights? Second-class citizen. Only the Japanese one gets a live stream. Even the cringe one, I'll take it. At least you tried. The quality might not be the best, I understand, because you're probably lacking in hands. You don't have the most amount of employees to make a good, like a properly good stream with like all these like effects and all that stuff. Hire me. I'll learn it. I'll learn how to do green screens properly. I know how to do green screens properly, actually. It's not even that hard, right? I can do it. It's not hard. Just hire someone and do a live stream and show that at least you care. At least you give a crap. Anything than not doing a live stream. Make sense? I hope. A 6-star worst attack, high cost, and does less normal attack damage than a 3-star. That's passenger for you. Oh my god. I don't want to rant about Arknights. Okay? I love Arknights. I rarely complain about Arknights. So when you have like a small problem, fine. Another small problem, still fine. A handful of small problems, okay. It's starting to like tell me something. A lot of problems, that's getting troublesome. A lot of problems and you don't even give a crap? That's saying a lot. And that's why I feel like I just want to, like, you know, put out my stance on this whole thing. Because I can't just let Mr. T be right. Right? I know a few people who works at YoStar Shanghai. I mean, I don't personally know them, but like I've talked with a few of them, like to get my content creator role on the official Discord. I've talked to like a few of them. We've talked about like, you know, they're good people. They're genuinely good people. They care. I know. I can tell. At least they care about their job. But the higher ups probably doesn't. And did I ever mention how much revenue the Arknights Global is getting? Arknights Global revenue is roughly about $4 million per month. $3 to $4 million per month, according to some statistics. So even if you take away the 30% cut, that is at least still $2 to $3 million per month. And from what I've seen, they can hire a lot more people with that amount of money and still have a lot to spare. Because it doesn't cost that much to have a server, just so you know. It's like, the servers ain't even that good in the first place. Not to say Arknights isn't that demanding of a game in terms of server. So please, YoStar, show us that you care. Show us that you give a crap about us English players. That would be very nice to have. Because, you know, previously one of the biggest Arknights content creators says that you don't give a crap. And then soon after that, you don't, well, not soon after that, but eventually you don't make, like, you don't fix bugs, you don't make a chapter 8 live stream. It just shows that he's saying it right. And I don't want to say that he's right and prove to him that he's wrong and make him regret for ditching Arknights, stepping on Arknights just to change to a more popular game for his own fame. Prove to everyone that he's wrong. And I've bought enough time that my sanity has restored so I can use my another Arknight Prime to refuel my sanity again. See? I was just waiting for that perfect timing to refill, but I had to do something else because I can't be grinding. Strategy. We had the half year and that anniversary stream. You're just like, hey guys, see ya. Yeah, like people said it was cringe. I agree, but at least it was there, and that's what really mattered to me. Just saying. Just saying. looking at my run, there's actually a lot of things that could have improved there. Like I can have a lot more things deployed way faster. I was probably chatting when I did this run. That's why I wasn't like super focused on doing everything. But it was still a first run clear, so yeah, I'll give it that. Shouldn't bother me that much. But it does. When I see I can fix it, when I can make it run better, it really bothers me for no reason. It works just fine. Whew. Oh, I'm getting tired. Alrighty. I think we should wrap it up and call it a day, even though it's only like 2.5 hours, but I don't know. Feeling really exhausted for no reason. Probably gonna just end here today. They can use the Japanese video and translate it. Exactly! Exactly! They could just put subtitles. That would have been fine. That would have been fine. But not even that? It's a joke. Oh my god. And I'm just gonna start all over again. Let's end it here. Stop. Cut. This is it. I'm just gonna end here. I'm just gonna, like, you know, do something else. And probably gonna sleep soon. So thank you guys for coming today. Really appreciate it. CC Season 4. I hope you guys have a great time. Not that I'm gonna have a great time with it. I think we will get Japanese live stream for 1.5th anniversary, but not the end. I don't know. Are they even gonna have a live stream? I think they're gonna have one for the Dusk banner. But I wouldn't even call that 1.5th anniversary because that's too late. Oh wait, I get sidetracked again. Goodbye. See you guys. No more sidetracking. I'm out. See you guys in some later video or something. See ya.